Today is our day 5 class of Complete 40 Days AWS course, and the topics is EC2. And in this video, we'll cover the following things like introduction to EC2, what is key pair, and we'll show hands-on demo how to create a key pair, and what is security group, hands-on demo to launch EC2 instance, connect to your EC2 via SSH, and install web server to this EC2, and we'll also discuss EC2 instance type, and we'll also explain the pricing of the EC2, and we'll show real DevOps use case of EC2 and common mistakes when we deploy EC2. So before I start the video, just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel, because after complete the 40 days course, we will also create DevOps and cloud related video that will help your career. So don't forget to subscribe the channel. So let's start this video now. So introduction to EC2. So what is EC2? So it's just EC2 is a virtual machine of AWS. I put a description here. Amazon EC2 is a server that allow you to create virtual server in the cloud. So after create a server, you can deploy application, you can deploy website, and you can deploy APIs. So what is key pair? So normally when we are logging to any server, we are put username and password. So if you think as a Ubuntu, like when you log into any Ubuntu machine or any Linux Debian machine or any kind of Linux machine, we put a username like root and we put a password. But when using this type of credential, like here is a user, put username and try to connect like this server. So when they try to connect to the server, in the middle point, the hacker can be hack that password. So it's not a recommended way to use this type of server to log in. So for overcome the situation, key pair is come. So when we create a key pair, there is a public key and there is a private key. So public key, if you think it's a lock, and this is a key. So without key you can able to open the lock. So when we create a key pair, there are two things will be created: public key and private key, and this public key will be kept in the AWS, and this private key will in your PC. So when you create in EC2, that EC2 will create it with this public key, and so you can able to log in with this private key to public key. So when you create the hands-on demo, you will clearly understand these things. So here I put an example, my key.pem. So you need this file to connect by SSH. So you need this key when you try to connect to EC2. So what is security group? Security group is kind of firewall of AWS. So in AWS, one type of firewall is called security group. So a security group is like a firewall. It control incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. And incoming traffic is calling inbound, and outgoing traffic is called outbound. So example of rule, like when I try to open any port like SSH is 22, HTTP is 80, and 443 is HTTPS. Like if you think it's a web server, we need to connect this server by SSH. We need to open 22 port, and for browser purpose, we need to open this 80 and 443 port. So from the web console, we can easily create this EC2 SSH security group. So when you see the hands-on demo, you can clearly understand how to create a security group. So hands-on demo to launch instance. So option, open EC2 dashboard. So we'll create EC2 launch instance. Configure, we'll put a name. We choose the AMI image, Amazon machine image is kind of iOS of our operating system. So instance type is what type of server we use, like T2 micro is 1 GB RAM and 1 core processor. Then we'll create a key pair. Then we click the new key pair. We give a name and download that key pair to our local PC. And we already told you, like when you create a key pair, there will be two key will be created. One is private key, it's PAM, and one is private key, public key and private key. So PAM is the private key. It will store in your local PC, and that private key is stored in the AWS. And when the EC2 is created, that key will be deployed to the EC2. So you can easily connect to that EC2 by your key. So configure security group. So when you create a security group, make sure you allow SSH and HTTP. So 80 port and 22 port you need to allow. So launch instance, just you click that instance, that will be create your EC2. Then you can create take the public IP and log in that public IP. And one thing, very important thing is, like when you create a key, we need to make sure keep this key only read-only format. So we need to put chmod 400. So if you don't do that, if you try to log in from your Linux or Mac operating system, it will throw error. It will not allow to log in. But Windows it is allow. So it's better to put this chmod 400. So it's on a read-only format. So for login any server, you need to type SSH. Then you need to put your exact location of that key. So you need to type -i. Then put your key. If it's in different folder, make sure you put your absolute path. Like if it's in like your any folder, then make like DevOps that any kind of folder, then put that name. So here you need to put absolute path, full path of that key. Then you need to type your user. So in AWS, if you choose Amazon Linux, then default user is EC2-user and @ the public IP. If you choose Ubuntu, the Ubuntu of default user is Ubuntu. So every operating system, AWS define different type of user. So for their AMI image, default user is EC2-user. Then @ public, then you can get the skin. Then you type yes, and you can able to log into that server. So for Windows, if you can try from PowerShell or WSL, same way you can do that. After login, you can type who am I. There is one Linux command. It will show the user of the system and uptime, how long the server is updated. You are inside the server. So after that, ready the server, you can type any kind of command. Here is a put a command to install nginx. So this command we can also run in when the server is prepared. Like AWS have an option after running that server, you can put any kind of command. I will also show that thing on demo. Then you can type the browser and you can see the website. So now go to the console and show everything in the hands-on demo. So this is the AWS console. So here you need to type EC2 to log in to get the EC2 dashboard. So click instance, click launch instance. So here you need to type any name. You put A1. Then you can choose any operating system, Amazon. The next, this is Amazon created iOS or AMI, and this is Mac OS, Ubuntu, lots of operating system. You can also choose from here, browse mode. And one important thing is when you choose any image, you make sure you check this one, which is free tier eligible. Otherwise, you can get charged. So if you click that one, you can see these are charged. It will be charged. Okay. So which one you get free tier? Choose that one. So let me try any of this. So this is Amazon machine image, AMI. Now we need to select the instance type, which is like what type of server we use. Here is T3 micro. It's also free tier eligible. This one has 2 CPU and 1 GB memory. Keep that thing. So now you need to create a key pair, or if you have already key pair, you can choose from here also. So let me create a key pair. So give a name like CloudOps. Then keep that RSA. And here is 2 options, .pem, .ppk. .ppk is like old version when you try to log in from PuTTY. Then you use .ppk, but I prefer to choose .pm. Now it is like everyone use Linux type operating system. Even Windows have WSL. So try to choose that one, and that way you can easily connect. So I prefer to use .pm. So when you create key pair, it will create a key pair and keep one private key in the AWS and public.pem one. You can get it from here. So open that one. So if you are using any kind of operating system, make sure you organize your work. So let me copy that one. In my case, I'm using WSL. So go to Ubuntu home, then my user, then I have a key pair folder. So I put it here. Now you can see, let me show key pair, then CloudOps. You can see this is read write format. So we need to chmod 400, then now you can see only each have only read access. So do that thing before you log in. So now we need to go to the network session. Here we create a security group, which already discussed, firewall. So if you want to create a new security group, just create a security group, then which port you need to allow, give that one. So for SSH or HTTPS, and make sure you choose anywhere, so anyone can access from any IP to this port. And like if you want to choose an existing, you can choose from here if you already here. So one tricky thing is like when you are try to create a new security group, here is no option you can give a name. So either you can use from security group to create a new security group and choose that one from here. Otherwise, if you choose from here in like professional way, you need to go to the edit button. Here you can choose the name of the security group. So like if like you put a name, otherwise you don't understand which security group is that one to add in the EC2. So like April 2026. You can put in description if you want. So here is by default allow SSH anywhere and HTTPS. If you want to add anything like add security group, then you can choose from here HTTP, that one, anywhere. So when you choose that one, it will by default come the 80 port anywhere. So I added that, and another one HTTP. Now here is storage, how much storage you need your server. By default is in 8, and 8 is enough for this demo. So if you need more, you can like use your required one, but make sure you limit that one, because in the right side you can see there is a 30 GB limit for per month and 750 hours per EC2. So make sure you use that one, otherwise it will make charge for you. So if you click that one, it will create EC2. So you need to wait around 10 seconds. So you can see it's showing success. Click view all instance, check your EC2, and you can get details of that EC2. Like here, every service has a like ID. So this is EC2, so it's ID. It's a public IP address, so you can log in by this address, and this is a private IP. So when AWS services connect from one to another, they are normally using private IP. So when you create EC2, it's mandatory they give a private IP. And this is public DNS, you can access from this also. And this is private DNS instance type, which use T3 micro. So here is the one thing is elastic IP. So when we are reboot this server, it will give a new IP. So you can't get this IP. Almost 99% chance you are not able to get the same IP. So if you need same IP, then you need to choose elastic IP. So you need to create a elastic IP, then attach that one. And how to assign IP address here? So this is VPC ID. Will show details on VPC when you see the VPC section. There is lots of other things like AMI image. What they have also AMI image ID. my name. So lots of things available in the details section. So go to the so status and alarm. So here's a matrix, like it will show the ECP uses, memory uses, those thing. We just run the server, that's why there is no data now. So monitoring, same thing, we can get network data, CPU, network, just lots of things. Security, you can get the security group here. So we allow 3 port, 80, 22 and 44. So if you need to go that security group, you can get it from here, and you can choose like what port you need to add or remove. So if you want to add or delete, just go to that inbound. You can, if you type delete, it will be delete, then you can save. Now it has only 2 port allowed. So now go to network section, like it will show the network related thing like IP, public IP and private IP, then public DNS, and bottom you have the netcart ID and which IP is added. So they needed to go storage. So storage, it will show like how much storage you have choose, and the mount point name. Every service you are using, they give a ID. So it's volume type, so that's vol, and then give a ID and attachment time when the EBS is connected to that EC2. That thing showing is here, and also it shows the right, like read write. Oops. And tag, like when you're creating EC2, give a name. So for identify any kind of subject, like when you are using lots of server, like you have a 3 projects like Banglalink, Robi and Grameenphone. If you have 3 projects running on your AWS, so how can you find out which EC2 is for running for what purpose? So that thing you can give a name here. So like a project Grameen. So you can add more tag from here. So you can put manage tags. You can add tags like give a add new one. Let me create a new one. Keep it name same. Project like. So you can see one tag is there now. So now this way you can find out what project using this EC2. So these things are using by tag. So let me go to the details. Now we are login the server. So if you clear the server, you can get the IP. Go to the console for SSH-I. My key pair is there. So cloud. Then EC2-user is the username of that image. Put the IP. Now you need to type yes. So you can log in. Who am I? You can see the user. So uptime. You can see this is up to 4 minutes. So now if you restart that server, the IP will be changed. So if you need to keep this IP same, you need to create elastic IP, and elastic IP will make a charge for you. So if you type open IP, you can see there is no IP. So allocate elastic IP. Then make sure you are in the same region. Allocate. So it will give a IP. Now select that IP, action, associate elastic IP address. You need to choose that IP with this EC2 which is running. So associate. Make sure this is 34. You can see that IP will be changed now. So we add a elastic IP instance. Restart. You can see the IP will be changed. Now if you restart the server, this IP will be keep same, and here will also show the IP if you refresh that one. You refresh. You can see now it's showing IP, and elastic IP is make a charge for you. So make sure you delete that one. So action, deassociate elastic IP. It will disconnect your IP from your EC2. Then you need to select that one, and action, release elastic IP address. release. So you can see this IP is not available now. So if you go to the EC2 and make refresh, you can see that IP will be changed now. It was 34, you can see 54 something. Okay, so IP is changed. So now if you want to install any server, like is it now a server? So if you type sudo, oh, is IP changed? So let me open another window. SSH -i pair, then cloud EC2 dash user add IP need to copy. So now IP is 54 something. So it's a now server. So if you run any kind of command sudo apt, so it's a Ubuntu, it's not a Debian system, so it's yum. So sudo yum update -y. And what command you need to install the nginx? I put it here. So go to the documentation. So sudo yum install nginx, and for system you start that one. So let me copy that one. So it's installed nginx. So if you copy that IP now, it will show the nginx default package. So same thing we can do by when the EC2 is created, that time it will be automatically run that command. So what command we need, we can add that command in the runtime. Let me show you that one. So before that one, let me destroy that one. So select that one and terminate EC2. Let me create another EC2. Put A2. Keep everything same. Just put a key pair, select existing group. So keep everything same, just go to the advanced details. At the bottom you can see there is option. So any command you need to add, you can put it here. Okay, so just run one command, bin bash, otherwise it will not run. Bin bash. Make sure the spelling is correct. So one command you need to run sudo yum update, and make sure you put -y or -y, otherwise it will ask for the yes and it will not run, and it will be get the timeout option. So run any command, you need to add this command has been bash. Then what command you need, just add that one. So sudo yum update, sudo yum install nginx y, and sudo systemctl start nginx. And before you write any command, make sure you run this command in your server for confirm this spelling and everything is okay. So let me launch it. One thing I forget to mention you. So if you type any like 3 or 4 or any kind of server, it will create that mini server for you. So if you type 32, it will create 32 server for you, just one click. So for my case, I just put 1. So launch instance. Now it will create a server and run that command when it is started. So this is A2. It will take a little bit of time. So go to the documentation again. So one thing now we discuss EC2 instance type. So like when you take a server, the server price depends on how many CPU it has, how many memory it has, how much storage it has. So these 3 things are very important when you take any server. So if you CPU core is more, then price will be high. If memory is more, then price will be high. So when storage is more, then price will also be high. And CPU and memory is more expensive compared to the storage. Storage is a little bit less expensive compared to CPU and memory. Here I put this example, like if you choose T2 micro, it's like eligible free tier, and nowadays some region like US East 1 also give the T3 micro for free tier option. Then T2 large, when you take it is like for medium application. When you take M5 large, it has balanced servers, it's more powerful. And if you take C5 large, it is more and more CPUs, but this is very expensive. Okay, so where you can get this instance type or server related thing, you need to go console and instance type, open the instance in different window. So here you can see these are the servers. So you can see these are 192 core CPU, 768 memory. So it's very expensive. You can see it has $12.98 per hour. Okay, one thing EC2, like what and how much you use, they will charge only that. If you charge 1 minute, it will give you bill for only 1 minute. This is very convenient for us. So now if you want to see T3 micro, type T3 and enter. So it will give you all T3 related option. So we are using T3 micro, this one. You can see this one have 2 CPU, 1 GB memory, architecture is x664. So go to the right, you can see the pricing of this server. So you can see this is on demand. So when you are choosing Windows operating system, they will charge for 0.0196, and if you choose Linux, then it will charge 0.0104. You can see the price is less when you're choosing a Linux operating system. And one thing, like every region price is different. So if you choose Singapore, this price could be different, and most of the time Singapore price is higher than Virginia. So price is also depends on the region. Okay, so now go to the EC2 dashboard, and I think our server is ready. So it didn't log in that server, but if you our server is like A1. Okay, I think A1. I forget which one. I think A2. I think A2 IP is 13. So let me copy that one. So you can see it's showing the engine is website. So when that EC2 is created, we can put that command to the advanced details option. So this is the another advantage of AWS. So now go to the documentation. So EC2 pricing model depends on like on demands. Like on demand is like pay per second. So if you use 10 seconds, it will only give you the 10-second bill, and no commitment. We don't need to make any commitment like we are using 1 month, 1 year, or 2-3 year. We don't need any commitment. So this on demand price is more expensive compared to the other. So because like we don't put any comment how long you use, and it will be only per second wise, that's why this pricing is high. And here we're using the on demand. Then one option is reserve instance. We can put a reserve instance for like 1 to 3 years, so we have a commitment. So when you're using long-term purpose, it will lower price, so cheaper. One is spot instance. So spot instance like another feature of AWS. Like AWS, lots of region have some category server like bulk category, and they are just freely. They are like lots of server keep in free ways. So if you take that server, their price is very less. And one disadvantage is like they can took that server anytime. So like any customer is order some server that type of category, so they can take you that server, just give a notice and for 1 hour, and they will take from server for you. So that's why it's not like stable, but the price is so cheaper. So like if you do like any R&D, or like if you make keep one server is on demand and another is spot instance. So now when user is browsing any application, they can balance the server. But if that spot instance server is going down, still they can get the application from your on-demand server. That thing you can also just make sure that server can be down anytime. And advantage is it's very cheap, and one disadvantage can be stopped anytime. Let me show you a demo how to create a spot instance. So go to the spot instance. Let me delete that one because it will price for me. So instance terminate. For creating spot instance, same I need to go launch instance. Then you put A3, keep Amazon Linux, keep T3, make it the same. Just make put anything. So keep everything same. Just go advanced details. So here is you can see purchase option. There is capacity block, interrupt capacity. There is one is option is spot instance. Select that one. Select customize spot instance. Then request type on time. Then like it, I'll take the server for only one time. So if the server is terminated down, everything will be down. So interrupt behavior terminate. So when I delete that server or stop that server, it will terminate it. So there is lots of other thing here. So just keep this thing. So spot instance, then customize, then one time and terminate. Select that one, launch instance. So this way we can get less price, like around 70% cheaper from on demand. So if price is $1, then if you choose spot instance, it will like 0.3. You can see how much cheaper is that. The same server is working as like same on demand server. So A3, they'll give everything same. You can just log in that server same way. Okay, so this is the advantage of spot instance. But one drawback is that they will take the server anytime from you. Just I noticed around they are telling 1 hour, but basically it will take 10 to 15 minutes notice. They will take the server. So one option is free tier option. So T2 micro is free tier for 12 months. So when you create a new account, AWS give you 12 months free option, and T2 micro and T3 micro they are added now. This type of server you can use free, and they have limitation is 750 minutes per 750 hour per month. So now we'll see real DevOps use case. So DevOps engineer are deploying any application to server, so they need to create any server. So that's why DevOps engineers use EC2 very frequently. So deploy application, run Docker containers to that EC2, or they can create a cluster and deploy that Kubernetes application to that EC2. So DevOps engineers are very they frequently use EC2. So tools they are using Docker and Kubernetes. So common mistakes when we create EC2 and not able to log into that server. The main thing is forget to add SSH port. So when you are create a server and not able to log in that server, first you need to check your security group and make sure you put 22 port in inbound traffic rule. Otherwise you cannot able to log in that server. So make sure you are check the security group and make sure this security group is added in your EC2. So first thing is you need to check the security group and make sure SSH port is allowed. Then sometimes you are using wrong key, like when you create EC2 you choose wrong key and try to log in by another key. So make sure you are using proper key. And security group, sometimes we are blocked any port, like we block SSH port and try to log in SSH. So make sure you are not blocked any port. So your homework is you just create a EC2, connect a EC2 from your local PC, install Nginx in both way when that server is running, and after login that server, try both way to install Nginx and access your server by the IP. Okay, so that's all for today's class. I hope this video is helpful for you. So if you found this video is helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we'll discuss I think EBS, day 6 class is EBS. This is another very interesting topics of AWS, elastic block service storage. So we can anytime we can increase our hard disk size like on the fly, and you can add one or more and multiple hard disks in our EC2. This is very interesting topics in AWS and very advanced feature of AWS. So don't miss that class. So after that class, best of luck. Bye.